Coming up on this week's episode of featuring Steve Vaccaro, we have Janet Solary is the lead singer of the Goldust Woman Band. Janet has performed in various theaters and clubs in the tri-state area and is thrilled to be performing a collection of music from her favorite artists, Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac. Recently, she had the pleasure to have met and spent time with Stevie herself, who gave her band support and blessings. She is selected to perform in the 30th anniversary of the ever-so-popular NYC Stevie Nicks show, Nights of 1,000 Stevies. And we'll get a chance to hear a collection of music from Regina Bonelli from her new album, Truth Hurts. That's the Chapters Rap Network. Make sure to join us live to join the Love Train from 9 to 10 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook, and Channel 115, Mondays, 10 p.m. Optimum Television. Hit that subscribe button.
Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's Ignite Your Life with Janet DeBeneditto. And I have the pleasure tonight of having my friend, Coach Mac, on. He is a finance coach, faith and finance coach. So welcome, Coach Mac. Is my buddy. What's going on, man?
Oh, what's going on? How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah, how you been?
I'm doing okay.
That's good.
I'm happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I know the last time we spoke, it was on. We had our own. We did that little, just like a spirit of moment type thing on IG. And people crazy. Yeah.
I know, it's so good. Here we are again. So my buddy Coach, so we met on Instagram.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did.
We met on Instagram and like immediately connected, right?
Sure did. Yeah, like from another life, something like that.
Right?
Yeah.
I know, it's so cool. So and we always had this little thing going back and forth, and so like started to learn about each other and what we do in coaching, right? So I want everybody to understand a little bit about how you got into coaching. Like what was the catalyst? How did you get into coaching?
Man, I don't even know. Should I say from birth? I think I was preaching in the womb. Right? But seriously though, like I guess since I was a kid, it was already in me. You know what I'm saying? Like I was never the bully, but I used to be the one trying to protect the ones from the bully, and trying to make peace, and I guess it just followed me throughout the years, and of course, growing up, I wasn't, going to school for coaching and nothing like that. It was more the tech side, working with my hands and everything, but that part of me never left, and from there, I said, you know what, let me just dive into this because it's something that just keeps pulling me in that direction, so I've just been doing it ever since,
Yeah, it's been a passion of yours, right?
Yeah, it sure has. Yeah. At one point, I was gearing more towards like relationships, right? Because of things that I've seen growing up. And I can still, talk about that. You know what I mean?
Of course.
After some time, it just starts shifting more with the finance stuff. So I got the relationship stuff alone, and I was more passionate about that. Because again, too, that kind of stemmed from growing up and not having much. And I always believe that you can have more in this world. And never have to settle. So the finance was calling me, mindset was calling me.
Did you have formal training in this, Mac? Like, how did you learn about the finance and the mindset coaching?
Well, in the beginning, I had went to school for accounting, right? And I was like always into money, like even in high school. So I took a little bit of like finance classes and everything. And with the mindset work, I took a couple of classes, where it kind of just meditation, and I did some like Tai Chi stuff, and everything had to do with the mind. So I studied that for a little bit. That's where I really got a lot of my training from. And then, self-thought too. So I'm always reading, always researching, and a lot of things too. Of course, I pray a lot too. So a lot of my stuff, honestly, is downloaded also, from the heavens. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For real, because a lot of things I know, people be surprised, like, how do you know that? But it's because I just spend time just listening.
Yeah. Well, you know a lot of biblical principles, right? Like, do you take a lot of your finance stuff through biblical principles?
Yeah, I do, because
How does that work for you? Tell me how that works.
that's a good question. Oof.
Mm,
If I can answer it.
mm,
Well, like a lot of people don't know, right? The Bible itself have over 2,000 verses regarding finance, and you could just type in any topic that you're looking for in the Bible, and verses will come up, right? So I use certain verses that speak of prosperity, that speak of wealth, that speak of, like, you're above and not beneath, you're the head and not the tail. You know what I'm saying? You're more than so I use things like that to help people to shift into a different mindset when it comes around money, right? That if we're supposed to be prosperous, it speaks of that in the Bible too.
mhm.
So verses like that, like I use when it comes to finance.
Yeah. Because, obviously finance and money comes from your mindset, right? Like, it's a lot of it is based on your finance. Like, I've talked about in previous shows, my mindset around money is that money chases me. Like,
Right.
I've just always had this thing, like, I've never feared having enough money. And it's not like, for myself, it's not like I need to be a millionaire. I need to have like tons of money, but I always have enough for what I need. Right. And then, but I look at it also as that money, if I didn't have money, how can I do better things in the world? It's not about the stuff for me. It's not about money for material reasons. It's about how can you do good things in the world? Like, look at all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, right? Like, I'm financially able to donate to people in the Ukraine, or to help out a little bit because I have that little extra. It's not going to hurt me to donate money or give to people that are in need.
Mhm. Right.
Right. So what do you, so tell me a little bit about how you talk to your clients about their mindset, or like, how do you break through fears around money and stuff like that with clients of yours?
Right. Well, that's another good question too.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that all depends on the issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's at hand, right? So I've had some clients where they just felt like they had to constantly chase, like I'm chasing money. You know what I'm saying? Not that money's chasing me, right? So money's chasing me and I'm chasing money are two different things and two different type of people. You know what I'm saying? So with somebody who's like, I'm constantly always chasing money, that stems from that right there. To me, that already says that there's a lack somewhere, right? I feel like I never have enough. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever I have, I don't even know how to appreciate that, right? And I always want more and more and more, you know. And so something like that, I would have to ask them, well, what did money look like in your household growing up, right? Did what words did we hear wrapped around money? Was it words was like, you got to work hard for money? It doesn't come easy. When you hear things like that, then you grow up, I got to chase money. I got to chase down money, right? Because it's running from me. It's hard. I can't never have it, or I have other clients where some may have money, right? But afraid of, what if this goes away? Then what? Then doing what, right? So I have people who don't know how to enjoy wealth, right? Because they're afraid of it leaving. You know what I'm saying? So now you begin to stifle your funds. You know what I'm saying? And we're not living in prosperity like that. I don't want to stifle my money. So with that, like I said, it depends, like I said, on the individual and their need, you know, and because where I want to take people is to help them understand that money loves you and you appreciate it. right? I can have a friendship with money. Money loves to be around me. I don't need to chase money. Money will always find me, right? Like I told Steph, who's my fiance, right? And some of my other clients too, I say, let me tell you something. You never have to chase money. You want to know why, right? I bet you right now, you walking down the block, you see $100 on the floor. What you gonna do? What you gonna do to that $100 you see it on the floor?
You're gonna pick it up.
Pick it up.
Duh.
You're gonna pick it up, right?
Right.
Go chasing for that. And guess what? If you don't pick it up, guess who's gonna pick it up?
Somebody else.
Somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So I never have to chase money. And if you get in that mindset of money belongs to me, money loves me, money wants to be around me, you know, you never get in that habit of I don't have enough. You know what I'm saying? I don't have enough. So I believe in the envelope method. And the envelope method is where, you know, I have people, you know, you can stack money in there, right? And I have some clients who say, well, if the money's around me, I'm going to constantly spend it. And now that's people who I'm not comfortable with having money around me. So every time I get it, I got to dish it back out. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it all depends on the individual and their mindset, right? But I do take them into that whole, like one thing, you know, like I said, first I need for you to have a relationship with it. It's not here to hurt you, right? Money can't abuse you unless you abuse it. You get what I'm saying? Unless you abuse it. It's just that simple.
But it's also an energy exchange. Like people don't understand. Money is just an exchange of energy, right? It doesn't have to be something to fear or idolize. It just is, right? It's like it's an exchange of energy, right?
Correct. Like when I had, you know, like the other day I was telling the kids, you know, they had just threw away some waffles, right? They ain't even bite the waffle. They just said, I done had enough. I had enough. I didn't want to eat no more waffles, right? So I was looking for something to show you. So they threw away the waffles, and I said, man. And so her words was, oh, nobody wanted it. And then I said, look at that statement. That statement wasn't true. I said, you know, because there's a guy across the street from the salon, right? Okay. He always hangs out. So I said, you think he would have wanted it? Yes or no? So she said, yeah. I said, so that means somebody did want it, right? So with your question, so I had to show them the box of waffles and I had to show them the money. And I said, I don't even have no cash on me right now.
How are you talking about finance with no money in your pocket? No,
no, I had to have no cash on me. So listen, this $5 bill and this box of waffle is $5. They're the same thing. All I did was switch it. You know, I switched this $5 bill for this box of waffle. I gave it to the store, and then the store gave me this in return. But they're the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's this, like you said, it's the same energy, the same principles involved. And if people really and then okay, this is what I'm trying to say. So if people can get that down, then they'll begin to understand. Guess what? I'm not afraid of a box of waffles, right? But if I see something like you see how the mind works, it's the same exact thing, right? It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And people get so tripped out.
Totally.
I'm afraid of this. But this is the money right here showed up in waffles. You know, this is the money right here. Like I paid $3 for this. This is the money right here.
Right.
You know? So I think it's definitely a mind thing too. You know what I'm saying? But like if people can understand, I can have this around me and not feel no fear. And I can have my $3 around me and not feel no fear because again, it wants to be around me and I'm gonna tell my money what to do. I thought $3 to go ahead and buy me this, and now here it is. You know what I'm saying? So when you don't have control over your money, you fear money. You don't have control over your money. You hear people turn around. I get my paycheck. I don't know what I did with it. I get money. I have no idea where my money went. I just had $700 this week. I have no clue what I did because you're not telling it where to go. You know what I'm saying? It's running all over the place, just like your mind is running all over the place. So of course, your money's gonna run all over the place. Of course, that energy is going all over the place, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, it's a good way to look at it, though.
People don't get that. People don't get that. This is what I say. Like I use the words "money loves me." It loves
do you do that as like an like? Are you doing affirmations?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Greg.
So certain Bible verses too. Like again, I am prosperous, right? Prosperity loves me. Prosperity follows me constantly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Again, I am the head. I'm not the tail, right? I'm a lender. I am not a borrower. You know what I'm saying? So I say certain things around my finance, and I say certain things around my mindset to keep me on track, right? Because I can't be saying, God, please get me, please allow me to be a good steward over my money. But then, next I turn around and I'm like, oh my God, I'm broke. Oh, I ain't got it. I don't even use that B word. That's the B word I don't use, and I don't tell my clients, don't use that. Don't use that
because the language, it's all language.
It contradicts what you're saying. It contradicts your wealth pattern. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever's in here, whatever is out here, whatever's up here, it has to be one.
And another thing, like I've learned, even it's just saying, I want money.
Right.
Then you're always going to want money.
Right.
Like if you say I want or I need, right? If you use the words want and need, this is something I've taught like a lot of my clients too. Watch your language. Wanting and needing will always have you wanting and needing.
Correct.
That's why I always use the I am statements or I have. Correct. I am, I have. It's speaking into existence as if it's already there.
Right.
Right?
And though it is. Correct. Another Bible verse.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. You're absolutely right. You got it.
It's like, like when I do my affirmations or I do my journaling, I do it in the present tense as if it's already happened. So let's say I always tell a story now about having this talk show. Mm-hmm. So I was watching The Secret one night and I was learning how to, properly journal or just journal in a way that was effective, maybe not proper, effective, right? Effective journaling. So I wrote, I am so happy and grateful that my coaching business is thriving and I'm touching the masses.
Right.
And what do you think happened the next day? I get a message from Steve Vaccaro, who's the host of the show, asking me if I wanted to be on a show.
Right.
And I was like, okay, universe, thank you. And you do the same with money.
Same thing. Right. Yeah.
You do the same thing.
Yeah, you do the same thing. It's just the same thing. Like you got to speak life into these things, right? Mm-hmm. I believe, I don't care what somebody's bank account look like. I could care less what debt you have. You could speak over that. No longer shall this debt be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to create a plan for this debt to no longer be in my life. And no longer will I put myself in this situation. So yeah, language is everything. And you have to know that you have the power of speech. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the power of speech, right?
Totally.
So when you was talking about, using Bible verses, right? One of the scriptures in the Bible that says, you can tell a mountain to be gone and it will. Right? So if this debt, so whatever your mountain is, you got to speak over that to remove that thing, right? So with that verse just saying that, it just lets me know if I constantly say I'm always in debt, I'm always broke, that's a mountain that I'm building, right? But when I begin to switch my speech, begin to switch my tongue, begin to switch certain words that I'm saying, now let this mountain be gone. Let this debt be gone. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I love that concept because people sometimes look at the mountain, right? And they can't see the forest or the trees when they see the mountain.
Right.
All they see is the mountain.
Stop creating the mountain. The first thing you got to do is take responsibility for the mountain. The second thing to do, let's strategize, right? Create order, right? That's what the Bible says. Create an order. Create a plan. What is the plan for me to eliminate this mountain?
Right.
There's an exit plan for everything. Like I tell people, when you build a house, you got windows and you got doors. There's always a way out. Don't sit up here and tell me that it ain't. Because again, that was words that you spoke, right? You know what I'm saying? Come on, you with me or you ain't with me?
I'm with you. Listen, you know, I always resonate with everything you say. It's just we think so much alike. It's so cool. Because it's either you have a broke mentality or you have an abundant mentality, a lack, scarcity, or
Right.
abundant.
Right.
You know, to me, every day is abundant, whether
Right.
my bank account shows it or not. And then
Right.
it shows up. Like I tell the story all the time. There's been times because I'm an entrepreneur. I call myself a serial entrepreneur. Get a thought in my head to start doing something. And, you know, sometimes the paycheck isn't rolling in.
Right.
But every day say I'm grateful and thankful that money flows easily and effortlessly to me.
Right.
You know, and then all of a sudden a check will come for a refund for something, or, you know, it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It shows up. And it's amazing when you, first of all, I never fear not having money. I always believe it's going to show up somehow. And it's a deep down core belief that it's going to show up.
Right. And that's a belief system that you set for yourself, that you already wrote somewhere down the line.
Totally.
And that's what it does. You know what I'm saying?
And it's also like you can ingrain it from somebody else. Like I tell this story all the time too. My dad passed away when I was very young, but when I was young, he told my mom that I was going to be the one that was going to be successful, and I was going to make her proud. Right. And it's like he spoke life into me by doing that.
Right. Yeah.
And so I always believed that I was going to make him proud, be successful, make something of myself. You know, It didn't have to be like a superstar, but would do something like this. This for me, coaching for me is super passion, just like it is for you. You know, we believe we were put on this earth by God to support people, see the best in people, you know, speak life into people.
Right.
You know, we speak life into people when they don't see the life being spoken into themselves, right? We see beyond their circumstance, is what I always say.
Right. Yeah, you have to, right? Because
you see beyond the circumstance.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, somebody got to pull you out of the mess, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody have to be able to, like I tell people, you know, a lot of the stuff I've been through, when I think about, I'm like, ain't no way. I don't even get why I went through that. But then down the line, I end up having to use certain stories I've been through to help somebody else. So, like I tell people, what you're going through ain't even for you. It's like God tapped you on your shoulder and was like, yo, Jen, I need you to do me a favor. Mm-hmm. You got to go through this. You may not like it, but you got to go through this. Come on, God. Come on. You got to ask somebody else, man. Come on. You got to go ask the next chick down the block. No, I need you to do it for me. I need you to do it for me, Jen.
Yes.
You're going to go through this. You're going to go through that. You're going to go through setbacks, you know, mommy issues, daddy issues, this issue. I need you to do this favor, please. It's like me calling you, hey, Jenny, can you help me out? Take me to BJ's, or can you take me to Costco? Or can you do me that favor? It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But the only issue is, you know, that pain kind of hurt. But then, Janet, you know, I'm telling you, I know it's going to be rough, but what you're going through is for somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you notice, how I know this to be true, right? Because I was just telling Steph, I was watching something from Juanita Bynum, right? She's a pastor and a singer too. And I seen this video on YouTube, and the video was 4 years ago, and I seen the video last month. And then it ain't never hit me like it hit me then. I said, boo. She made that video 4 years ago for me today. So whatever you went through, somebody else's name is attached to your pain. Did you get that? Right? And somebody needs to know what you're going through 2 years from now. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't get, and I said, man, she did that video. So once you went through your pain, Juanita did that video. My name was attached to it. Whoever name was attached to it a month from now, 2 years after she made it, 3 years, 4 years. 4 years, my name was on the list that I was
right.
You get
right. Totally.
And I didn't get that then. And I'm like, because she been through whatever she been through. She showed up, she did, and then she put it out there for me to see it, right? So I'm like, now I really see that whatever, like this video right here, you can't tell me a month from now somebody else's name that we don't know is attached to this video right now. A year from now, somebody's name is attached to this video that we don't know, right? So a lot of times, this is why, oh man, listen, you about to make me strip now. This is why,
you crack me up.
You, I can't take it. This is why we can't get. Now, your people are saying, is he a comedian or is he a coach? About. See, this is why we can't get too caught up in what we're going through, because everything in life is subject to change.
Totally.
Right? This is why we can't get too caught up in what we're going through, because our pain is meant for somebody else's healing. You understand what I'm saying? So,
and it's a lesson for somebody else.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, how can we, this is what I always say. You don't know hot if you don't know cold, right? There's got to be a comparison, right? So if you have, how do you know joy if you never know pain?
Exactly. Right. How do I know? Let's say, boom, me and you together. How do I know that this relationship is the best relationship on earth? Right? Do I only know that when we're going through something good, right? When we're loving on each other, everything is great. Now, when the tough days come in, I need to know then too. You understand what I'm saying? I need to know if this is the same thing that I want. But people see what happens. People get stuck. I'm stuck in this moment, stuck in this present, stuck in this emotion, stuck in this pain, stuck in what you said, stuck in what she said, I'm stuck. And when you stuck, it shows up in so many areas of your life, even in money. My money is stuck. You get what I'm saying? And people don't get. Oh man, I'm telling you.
Coach, you preaching, man. He's gonna start stripping.
You know, I was talking to one of Steph's friends, right? And they were going through some little, I don't know what you call it. They was going through a little bit of financial issues, right? Especially with their house, right? So they end up leaving from, having to move and everything like that, starting over. And she had issues regarding money, issues regarding, like you said, mommy, daddy stuff, right? And it showed up in their living situation today. So I said to her, then she ended up also having eating issues. So I said, look around you. You ate your money away. Look at where you living at. You constantly eating. You're eating your money. You're eating your pain away. You're eating your money away. You ate the roof over your head. It shows up in all, and people don't get it. Again, so this is why I tell people, and then all people, but people they don't. People are not trying to hear that, right? Because all she kept saying was, well, why this? Why? We can't get stuck on the why this happened to me. We can't get stuck on, like you said, and I tried to tell you, our pain, again, wasn't meant for us alone. Our stuff is attached to somebody else. You get what I'm saying? And I told her, until you can learn that and until you can recognize that, you will constantly and forever eat yourself away. It's just that simple. And it's bad now when it shows up in the finance. It's showing up in now where you living. I'm not going to sit up here and say where she living, but you get what I'm saying? I'm like, it's showing up in all area.
Yeah. You know what my coach always taught me? because this is one thing, and it makes so much sense. It's like how you do anything is how you do everything.
Exactly.
So if you do one thing in lack and scarcity, everything's going to be in lack and scarcity.
Everything.
It's going to show up in your finances, your relationships, your career, your home life, whatever.
Right.
So if you have an abundant mindset, it's going to show up abundant. It's just the way it is. And that was one thing that I never understood at the beginning until I really got that. It's like how you do anything is how you do everything. And it taught me so much about balance.
Right.
About balance in all domains in your life. Because if you don't have balance in one's out of whack, then things are going to start getting wacky in another one. And it's just like, you got to just figure it out, right?
Yeah. You're right.
Coach, we're going to go to a quick commercial and then we'll come back for a second. We're going to do a little commercial for another show. So Carmine, can you set us up?
Coming up on this week's episode of Teen Talk on the Chapters Network, featuring your host,
Ashley Blum. We have.
Skylar Marchese has been nominated to lead the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Student of the Year team, Warriors for a Cure, in 2022. In 2021, they raised over $100,000, winning the title Student of the Year for the Long Island chapter. Also coming up in this episode, Ashley Blum will be giving us an update from the MIA's chapters event. That's Teen Talk on the Chapters Network. Make sure to stay tuned on YouTube and Facebook from 6 to 7 p.m. on Thursday. Check Optimum Television for your local listings. Make sure to hit that subscribe button.
We're back. Me and Coach Mac.
Yes.
I'm loving this. This is so good.
Right. It's always good. It's always good when we show up. And that's
I know.
Right? It's always good.
Yes. So, Coach, finances.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Give me some ideas of how you talk to people about their mindset around it. Like what are some of the things you come up with? Like what kind of questions you ask them? How do you, or like, I guess, what type of work do you have them do to change their mindset around it if it's in a fear and scarcity mindset?
Okay, that's a good one. I wish you had a mirror. I could have did it with you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Like, do you want to do something? You want to do a little like demonstration?
Yeah, you want to? All right. If you have a mirror.
Sure. I mean, I have my phone. I think I have a mirror app on my phone. I do actually. All right, I do. I'm good. I do.
Like nice little mirror or something like that.
I do. All right, I'm good.
All right. So basically, this is what I do. Okay. So now I'm gonna coach you, right?
Okay, sweet.
All right. So you gotta look in the mirror. All right. And for those of you who are watching, and for those of you who will be watching, this is what you do. All right.
Okay.
I want you to look in the mirror.
Okay.
All right. And then you're gonna take a deep breath. And exhale. Take a deep breath. And exhale. All right. One more time. And now you exhale. All right. And now I want you to look at the person in the mirror. Right? I want you to look at the person in the mirror. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at the person in the mirror. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do to myself. Heavens, let's go.
Let's go,
right.
brother.
Yeah, look in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you gotta call yourself by your name. Right? So your name is Janet, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I want you now to introduce yourself to yourself.
Okay. So hi, Janet. This is Janet. Nice to meet you.
No,
that's not it.
I want to see what you was gonna do. No. So you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror.
Okay.
Hi, Janet.
Hi, Janet.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
No. You're not. A lot of people mess up. It's like, a lot of people mess up.
Coach, I need some coaching.
A lot of people mess up. You're gonna say, "Hi, Janet. How are you?"
Hi, Janet. How are you?
And just look at yourself. Look at yourself, right? And now the reason why I had you call your name, because it is important once you call your name. You get what I'm saying? You have to know who you're speaking to.
Mm,
You understand what I'm saying?
got you.
A lot of people begin to tear up before I even get to the next step,
Yeah.
right? So now continue to look at yourself in the mirror.
Okay. Got it.
Ask yourself again. Say, Janet, how are you?
Janet, how are you?
Right? And just look at yourself. Okay? Just look at yourself.
Mm.
And now I tell the people, begin to touch where you're feeling it. You might, your heart might begin to beat like really fast.
Mm.
You might, you know when you're about to get in trouble, you feel that little that little like queasy feeling in your stomach.
Yes.
You feel
Yes.
is your palms starting to sweat? Where do you feel?
Yes.
Where do you feel it once you're looking at yourself? Where are you feeling it? Tell me.
I definitely feel like a little bit of heart flutter, and
Right.
and my hands are a little sweaty.
Right. And that's because some people don't know how to come face to face
With themselves, right?
Sometimes, and I say with the mess.
Mm.
Look at the mess. So I don't know how to look. I don't know how to look. Look at the mess. I want you to look at the mess. And the reason why I'm saying the mess, because there's something in us that is always a mess. Something in us has to be healed. Something in us, we're always searching for more, wanting more, right? So ask yourself again, Janet, how are you?
Got it. Janet, how are you? I feel it again. I could see what you're saying.
Right?
Yeah.
This is where you now the truth has to come out.
Yeah, for sure. Because you're looking, who else are you looking at but yourself, right?
The truth has to come out. So that's a part of what I do with my clients,
Okay.
Then I tell them to answer the question,
Yeah.
say how they doing and everything like that. And a lot of people be like, I don't feel happy. Where? Why? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And oh my God, the tears begin to
The tears. Now, I don't get teary because I've actually done, do you know Louise Hay? Have you heard of Louise Hay? Okay, so she's more of like a Course in Miracles, like spiritual teacher. And she has a book called Mirror Work. And I've read the book and I've done the exercises in mirror work, and you're looking at yourself in the eye and you're speaking to yourself.
Right.
Because really, this is what I've learned in coaching is when you're speaking to somebody else, you're really speaking to yourself.
Right. That's
because
true.
Usually what you're teaching is something you wanted to learn or you have learned it and it's made such a difference in your life and it makes a difference. And you can recognize, you might be able to recognize, I know for myself, I can recognize, even if it's not a coaching client or somebody I'm in relationship with, I can recognize the pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see it because you felt it yourself. So when you recognize it, the words to say because
Right.
you're kind of speaking to yourself.
Right. I mean, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I agree. And of course, it's because you've been there. You know what I'm saying?
The
So
experience, like you were saying before. Like,
right.
why did God put you through that? God
Right.
put you through that because this is the message I've gotten so many times whenever like I've gotten frustrated with a coaching business, like with coaching people, and I wanted to throw in the towel, like, you're meant to teach people something.
Right.
And it's constant. And that your pain or experience, even if it's a pleasurable experience, is meant to be shared as a gift to somebody else, maybe.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. I agree. I do. I agree with that. And And I was gonna say, I was gonna say, yeah. Sometimes, yeah, you could definitely recognize, right? You definitely can, like, especially if you like, you've done the work, right? Like when you've done the work, you're able to recognize somebody's pain point, and then too, you can recognize it not even by looking, right? But by listening, right? Like these two little things right here. You guys could barely see them, right? But by listening, right? Because when you listen, like I tell people, I don't even really got to ask nothing about you. I just got to listen. The truth has no choice but to come out. You know what I'm saying? So now, the reason why I'm saying that, because you see, certain things that people go through, I may not have necessarily went through that, but because I listened, I'm able to recognize it in that sense, right? You may be able to recognize it in a sense of, well, I've been through that, right? Another person may be able to recognize it because I'm able to feel certain things. You know what I'm saying? So on all now, I think like once if you can now utilize all three, I think that makes it even more powerful. You know what I'm saying? But
Sure.
I definitely agree with what you said, though.
Yeah, because well, my mom always taught me God gave you two ears and one mouth. Listen more than you speak, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So when you can hear, how do I want to say it? Sometimes you're listening beyond the words because you're hearing certain words, but you can sometimes the words might not be congruent with a facial expression, or they might be saying they were okay, and then all of a sudden the tears start flowing, right?
Right. Or some people put on a poker face. I've coached
right.
some people and they put on a poker face, and now I'll be like, all right, okay, okay, on my sleeve now. Now I'm gonna pull out my spiritual gift, because you want to put on your poker face thinking I can't see.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna read you now. And I'm gonna just sense everything that God is telling me and everything that I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. So yeah, listening is very important, right? Because people like to hide the truth, right? See, people want healing. People want to escape what they're going through, but don't want to tell you everything that they're going through. You get what I'm saying? So you kind of gotta like figure it out and pull it out of them like a 2-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Inside, I feel like every adult is like a 2-3-year-old. We're all like 2-3-year-old.
It's true. It is. You know what it is too? A lot of times people don't want to say their stuff because they might be ashamed of it, or right. There's like a certain amount of shame around something that doesn't feel maybe, like, let's say around their finances. Maybe they think they're supposed to be at a certain level at their age, that they're not, and they're shameful of their spending habits or something like that. You know what I mean? Or situations that have been in their life, so they feel ashamed of it. It's like you try to, as a coach, right? I'm sure that you do this. You always want to be a safe space for people to know that there's a no judgment zone, right?
That's a good one. That's a good one, Janet. Do I always want? I gotta think about that, because I don't even. I want to be a safe space. You know what? I never even thought about those words ever till now. But now that I'm thinking about it, because you got me here alive, and I got
speechless.
I want to be the space that I want to be like the space for people that's not afraid of your dark place. I don't want to be that safe space for you. Me.
Okay.
I don't want to be the safe space for you. Right? Because I feel like people you already have this quote unquote safe space. I'm here to interrupt that space. I'm here to break down that space. I'm here to go inside that dark space with my flashlight and say, come out. Right? You know the scripture, Lazarus, come out. Right? I have to go into these people's safe space. I don't want to be your safe space. I'm not your friend. I'm not sitting up here playing pity pat. Let's have tea party, girl. Which, nope. Come on out of there. You've been there too long. Like you said, you know, people are ashamed. And once you understand that the enemy wants you to be ashamed, right? He wants you to stay in that dark place. He don't want you to heal, because if you heal, you know what I'm saying? A fire will come out of you. Another person will come out of you. The best of you will come out. You got what I'm saying? But if you remain in that dark space, that safe space, she can't come out of there. You get what I'm saying?
I do. My interpretation, though, of a safe space is they're fearful of coming out. This is how I look at it. And I see what you're saying, though. You don't want them to feel like you're like coddling, I guess might be the word. I feel it. And I don't feel like I'm a coddler. I mean, I am in some respects to some people, but, you know, I'm very nurturing and all that stuff. But it's also that they feel safe to emerge from the darkness. It's more like that's how I look at it. No, it's like, do you know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm the safe space, but they don't feel as scared to shine the light in the dark spot.
I get it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I totally got that. I totally
okay. And it could look different for both of us. You know, like you could be the hammer, and I could be the I'll catch you when you fall.
That's it. That's all I said. That's what my wife said. She said, no, you gotta put grace to it. You gotta put grace. I'm like, Grace. He's talking about grace. What?
That's because you're the guy.
But that, you know, I got what you're saying. I want people, like, a lot of the times too, you know, like, people got it. I'm just here to remind you that you have it.
Of course.
That's it.
I get it.
What I'm saying? So it's not even, let me tell you something. What you gonna do with my life? You get what I'm saying? You got the same light. This is all you did with your life. I swear, if I had my phone, I don't even got a flashlight to show you. Like, this is like, here's my light. Here, Janet, come on out of there. Yeah. Come on out, Janet. You can do it. Come on. Let's go. Janet, you don't want my light. You're going to take my light. You're going to throw it back at me. All I want you to do now is take your light. This is your light. You got it. Hit it. Take the light from under there and start shining it on yourself. Start using it as a way out, because you have it. You get what I'm saying? So when I come at people with this thing, I want people to understand that you have what it takes to come out of that dark space. You got the light, you got the juice, you got what it takes. You know what I'm saying? And people, I want, like, if nobody get nothing that I'm saying tonight, I want them to get this. They have what it takes to come out of any situation. There is always a way out. You may not know today what tomorrow is going to bring. You may not know. God, I have no clue what I'm doing right now in my life. At this moment in my life, I have no clue what's going on. But I'm going to trust you because I have nothing left to hold on to. Right? And I'm okay for the first time with not knowing, but I'm gonna keep walking. You get what I'm saying? So whether it's your finance, whether it's a relationship, no, I don't care whatever the situation is. You know what I'm saying? If you guys can hold on to that, I'm gonna keep walking because I have nothing left to look back onto. You have no choice but to find a way out. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's called blind faith, right?
Yeah. Just keep walking.
Blind faith. You know, and I always use this analogy. the windshield is so much bigger than the rear view mirror, right? Because the rear view mirror is your stuff that's either now or behind you in the past, right? So tiny because it doesn't really matter. The windshield is huge, right? Because it's like you get to move forward and you get to look out this big picture window, as opposed to the little tiny, rear view mirror. So it's just having the blind faith that, right, when you're on the road too, you have blind faith that the road is going to continue in front of you.
Right, whether in front of you or at the side of you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Choose your path, right?
That's it. Just keep it. Just keep moving.
Just keep going. Just keep it moving.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And speak life, right? No more dead bones. Speak life.
No more dead bones. I like that.
Speak life. You have to speak life. You know what I'm saying? Like this thing is a weapon. This is why it's so important to know your words. You know, you may not be in your Bible like me, but you got to know your words. Know your words is being able to speak life over something that's not working.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to speak life over any situation. Understand what I'm saying? And if you can, I don't care who telling you what. You get what I mean? Because somebody in your house may not be on the same page, on the same boat. The husband may not be on the same boat. The wife may not. The kids may not. You know, somebody may be trying to kill your dream. I don't care. Then I'm closing my ears off to you, and I'm going to speak life over this. And I'm going to keep my mouth shut over there. You know what I'm saying? So just speak life and just keep moving in that direction. You have to keep moving.
I love that. I love that.
You got it.
Coach, you got the juice tonight, man. That's good stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So we're wrapping it up, Coach. Can you just let people know how to get in touch with you if they, want to talk about their finances?
Right. Yeah. So definitely you can reach me out on I Am Coach Mac. I know my page might seem a little dry. I started a new Instagram page. I barely have anything on there. I changed it from the Walk with 7.
Okay.
But I Am Coach Mac. Yeah, that's my new Instagram page.
Okay. Awesome. Do you have a website or anything, or just your Instagram?
Yeah, well, everything is in the bio and everything like that.
Okay, awesome, perfect.
MCK,
MCK.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you so much for your time. This was amazing, as usual.
Right. And if you, I just want to tell you and your peoples, if you haven't signed up for that Faith Activator, you better sign up.
I will. You got me.
All right, you better sign up because I want to.
I'm gonna go on as soon as we're done. I'm doing it.
It was great talking to you.
Thank you. You too. You're the best.
Do it again.
We'll do it again.
Somebody got something out of this. I really do. Remember, speaking to the mirror, you guys. Speaking to the mirror, call that thing out. You guys can do it. Call yourself by name. All right.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Isn't he amazing? I love his concept and perception about finances and faith. People having faith in their finances. So thank you so much, everybody, for being on tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm going to jump on one more commercial for another one of our shows. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Coming up on this week's episode of the Youth Hero Show, starring your host, Tyler Janchetta, we have Bob D'Amato is an experienced entertainer currently performing in a show called Bobby Sings Bobby. He also is a community theater actor and has performed in many venues over the years as a vocalist. He has also appeared in many musicals, including Anything Goes, Mary Poppins, Annie, and Beauty and the Beast. Bob is also available as a program facilitator, motivational speaker, and MC for corporate events. Also, we have Emily Gershon, and she will come on the show to discuss the iconic music venues and events she has attended, as well as discussions with musicians. That's the Youth Hero Show on the Chapters Network. Please make sure to check it out on YouTube as well as Facebook, 7 to 8 p.m. on Thursdays. Check your local listings for optimum television. Hit that subscribe button.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And you guys have a great night. I'm looking forward to next week with our next guest. Thank you. Good night, everybody.